Decided that I was going to tell him that I wanted a divorce. I texted my therapist, our marriage counselor, and I was like, I need to tell him that I want a divorce, but I want to do it in a session so that there's like a mediator present.
Translation: she won in a 2-on-1 ambush.
Got us in like ASAP, like 2 days later. And I walked in knowing that I was going to ask for a divorce. And so we sit down in our session. It's like really tense, really awkward. My ex was sitting there like, so why do we have an emergency session? The therapist was like, Jamie, do you want to start? And I just started crying and I was like, I want a divorce. You know, it's hard for me to like say the words. And I was like, I'm done. I want a divorce. He sat there quiet. I'm sitting next to him crying. He didn't move. He didn't look at me. He didn't react at all. He just was stone cold. What? And eventually our therapist was like, would you like to respond? So he responded right away and he's like, fine, let's just go ahead and finalize the details. And that was that. And I just was like, I looked at my therapist and I was just like kind of stunned.
Oh, what's wrong, Pookie? Did your plan to get him to lose his cool in front of a witness so you can use it against him in court fail miserably?
It's sad, isn't it?
Like, I knew that I was ready to leave that day, but I couldn't believe that that was his reaction. There was no empathy, there was no compassion, there was no like wanting to fight for us, which...
Fight for what? To give you validation after you tried to rip his guts out in front of a stranger? Or to give you ammo to use against him in court?
I don't think so.
I didn't think that there would be, but you know, you just always hope that like one last try, you know? We went home that night. We didn't speak. He slept on the couch. I woke up and went to work the next day. Came home. He was playing PlayStation that night. I sat next to him. We hadn't talked in 24 hours. And I said, can we talk about what happened yesterday? And he was just playing, just looking straight ahead. And he was like, what's to talk about? In my mind, I'm thinking, this is our last ditch effort to like steer the ship around, you know? And I was like, so what are we going to do? And he just kept playing. And he was like, I already got an apartment. I already took my name off of the lease. He had done things. Within that 24 hours, he had opened up the filing folder of his single man life and went ahead and got all the shit done.
Yeah.
So he basically just chose peace and tranquility over drama. Good guy.
For better.
For better.
For worse.
For worse.
For richer.
For richer.
For poor.
For poorer. Yeah. We hit that snag about 20 times in counseling. Bria made it very clear to Jonathan, you cannot be broke. In sickness. In sickness.
And in health.
And in health.
To love.
To love.
Cherish.
Cherish.
And to obey.
We didn't talk about that one in counseling.
We did talk about that in counseling. Yes, we did. So you want me to repeat that again? You want to just keep going?
I think we can keep going.
All right.
This marriage is starting with red flags. I guarantee you it will not last.
Do you consider yourself a feminist?
As a nice, easy answer, yes.
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that women, if we were to get into a war, should be enlisted in the draft?
No.
I don't really have like an opinion on it. Like, I feel like if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
I don't think women should be drafted because at the end of the day, it wouldn't really help the war in any much way. Like you said, the drone...
Whoa, that's a really sexist statement of you to
No,
make.
because like I'm making frontline physical, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas if you're saying, should they have a place in the war? Yeah, I feel like if a woman wants to be able to be in the war,
We're
yeah.
talking about force though, right?
Yeah, no force.
So then for those of you that said you were feminists, do you see any inconsistency between saying that you want equality, but you're cool with sending men to run into machine guns to protect your society? Does anyone wrestle with that?
How do you reconcile that? Yeah.
I didn't say I was a feminist.
No,
Not
so
every
you only
feminist
want the
believes
equality that benefits women?
No.
As you can see, the silence says it all, but they will never admit when they are wrong. Accountability is an issue.
So Kiki, you are the last one standing with this balloon. So I want to know why you still holding on.
I am. Well, so far, I feel like his energy has been good. He's been respectful. He's not too egotistical, you know, not too full of himself. He's handsome. He's tall. I feel like I see the effort in what he put in with his outfit today.
You know, it sounds like he got all the compliments for you.
Where the white women at?
I learned a lot about women. I think I learned exactly how the fall of man occurred in the Garden of Eden. Adam and Eve were in the Garden of Eden, and Adam said one day, wow, Eve, here we are at one with nature, at one with God. We'll never age, we'll never die. And all our dreams come true the instant that we have them. And Eve said, yeah, it's just not enough, is it?
No, that's not funny.
I was just waiting for more.
Well, that was kind of his point.
Oh, God.
That's kind of what he was saying.
I mean...
Now this one is very funny. She basically just scored an own goal, one against her own team.
You are not him. You are not him.
Now all this goes to show is that men and women are built differently. We all have different superpowers and we should embrace them.
In general, good men are steady and consistent and predictable. It's why as women we think you're boring. Again, it's just another difference between us, not good or bad or right or wrong, just another difference between us as men and women. As women in general, we like chaos and drama and disruption of routine. That's what makes us feel alive and engaged in life. We abhor structure. As women, we abhor structure and routine because we want to do what we want to do and we think it's boring to have that routine. Structure holds us accountable and we don't want accountability. So we want to do what we want to do when we want to do it.
Hey, I forgot my wallet. I just left it at home. You ain't got your purse? We're about to be washing dishes. How you don't got no money? You don't have. What is?
Someone in the comments says that you're worth $350 million.
Not exactly that one, but yeah.
I had a little low. Yeah, I had to cut real low. Yeah, but if we be real though, yeah, no, I will never feel nothing. I said it jumping the gun, and I got real pain. LA real the ways, and I want to ride some motherfucker. Decided to swear we run, decided to swear we do for us. Now I'm fucking one of them, and I won't fuck that out. Now I'm ready to go.
I'm sorry, but I cannot date a guy that already has kids because I have 5 kids already. So imagine if you're coming with your kids into the relationship. I have 5, you have 2. Now I have to be a mother of 7 kids. There's no way I cannot be a mother of 7 kids. I'm very young to be a mother of 7 kids. So I'm better off with my 5 kids. So as a guy, when you come to me or when you come to date me, you just have to have no kids and also be ready to be a stepdad to my kids. I want a present father. So if you're going to date me, you're going to date me with my kids and you have, it's a must. You have to take care of us financially. You have to provide for all of my kids and myself. I am not working. Just know, if we come as a bargain. We come as a bargain. So you cannot take one and leave the rest. Also, I do not want your kids. I don't have to date a guy that has kids because I already have my own. I hope this is clear. So if you're interested as a guy, hit my inbox and be ready to be a stepfather, okay?
The double standards are real in this one. How can you have children and not want your man to have children? This is the problem with modern dating and society.
People don't lie to you because the truth might hurt your feelings. may lie to you because the truth might provoke you to make choices that don't serve their interests.
I love you, Ma, to the bottom of my heart. And I die for you, Ma. Me too. Die. What you supposed to do? What?
Jaden, what you got to say? Don't worry about it.
Oh, just got married, right?
Just today, like 4 hours ago.
Okay, and do you guys know each other's body count?
Yes. Oh, the body count? No. That's irrelevant.
Is it?
Yes, past is the past. Like, this is my future.
Are you willing to admit it right now?
9.
9?
So basically, sometimes you just have to test them to know which ones are the gold diggers and which ones are not.
Zed Gambit.
So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to Z Gambit. I thank you very much for watching up to the end, and have a wonderful day, afternoon and evening based on where you're watching from. Ciao.